So picture this, Jesus and his disciples are at a wedding. It was in Cana, I think. Open bar, good music, the whole shebang. They knew how to party back then. Now Jesus wasn't just there for the free food and dancing, though I bet he busted a move or two. He was there with his mom Mary. You know how it is, you gotta love a good family outing. Anyway, things were going swimmingly until disaster struck. The music stopped. The laughter died down. The once lively atmosphere was suddenly filled with an awkward silence. The party people started to look around, confused and a little bit panicked. They exchanged worried glances, their eyes darting from one empty cup to another. You know that feeling when you think the party's about to end early? Yeah, that one. The wine ran out. The bartender shrugged helplessly, holding up an empty bottle as if to say, "What now?" You could practically hear the collective groan. It was as if the air had been let out of a balloon. The disappointment was palpable. Weddings back then were a multiple-day affair. They were grand, elaborate, and filled with endless feasting and drinking. Running out of wine was a major faux pas. It was more than just a minor inconvenience. It was a social disaster. It was like forgetting to put cheese on the cheese board. The groom was mortified. He could feel the weight of the guests' expectations bearing down on him. The bride, let's just say she was this close to having a bridezilla meltdown. Her eyes narrowed and her face flushed with frustration. The perfect day was teetering on the edge of disaster. The search for more wine began in earnest. Guests and staff alike scurried around, hoping to find a hidden stash or a quick solution to save the day. And then, like a miracle, someone found a bottle. Cheers erupted and the party was back on track. Crisis averted for now. Mary, ever the watchful mother, saw the whole thing go down. Now Mary, she was cool under pressure. She sidled up to Jesus and whispered, "They're out of wine. You going to do something about that or what?" Jesus was like, "Mom, not now. I'm trying to enjoy the party. Besides, you know I don't like to make a scene." But Mary, being Mary, gave him, "You know the one I'm talking about, right? The one that says, 'Don't make me turn this donkey around.'" Section 4, Water, Wine, and a Touch of Magic. So Jesus, being a good son and all, decided to step in. He saw that the wedding feast was running out of wine, and he knew he had to do something. After all, it was a big celebration, and running out of wine would be a disaster. He saw these 6 giant stone jars. These jars were used for ceremonial washing, and they were massive, capable of holding 20 to 30 gallons each. They were huge, like those oversized inflatable pool toys you see at the pool or beach. Imagine trying to fill one of those with water. It would take a lot of effort. He told the servants to fill them up with water. The servants, though puzzled, did as they were told. They filled each jar to the brim, probably wondering what was going to happen next. Now these servants were probably thinking, "What is this guy doing? Why are we filling these jars with water at a wedding feast? Is this some new party trick?" They were curious and intrigued, waiting to see what would happen. But then, Jesus did his thing. He performed what can only be described as a miracle. You know, the miracle thing. The water in those jars started to change color, turning into a rich, deep red wine. He turned the water into wine, and not just any wine, but the finest wine anyone had ever tasted. And not just any wine, the good stuff. The kind of wine that would impress even the most discerning guests. The kind of wine that makes you want to sing karaoke and call your ex. It was a moment of pure magic, a touch of the divine that left everyone in awe. Section 5. Party on. Word got around about the miracle wine faster than you can say happy hour. The guests were amazed. They couldn't believe their taste buds. The wine was exquisite, unlike anything they had ever tasted before. It was as if the very essence of joy had been bottled up and served to them. They were all like, "This is the best wine ever." Cheers and laughter filled the air as everyone raised their glasses in a toast to the unexpected delight. The atmosphere was electric and the sense of wonder was palpable. The party started back up again, bigger and better than before. The dance floor was packed and the music seemed to have an extra layer of magic to it. People danced with abandon, their spirits lifted by the miraculous turn of events. The moral of the story? Well, it's quite simple. Always invite Jesus to your parties. You never know what kind of miracles might happen. His presence brings an unparalleled joy and a sense of wonder that transforms any gathering into an unforgettable experience. He brings the best refreshments, not just in terms of wine, but in the way he refreshes our spirits and fills our hearts with happiness. You know, he's full of surprises, that one. Just when you think you know what to expect, he turns everything on its head in the most delightful way. And that, my friends, is the story of how Jesus saved the day. One glass of wine at a time. So next time you're planning a celebration, remember to extend that special invitation. You never know what kind of extraordinary moments await.